Alright, what is going on, everybody? Back in the scale garage for part 2. So I got some updates on what is going on. So after a mistake, I decided to take another trip to Hobby Lobby to remedy that. So what happened was I picked up some scale bricks. They were O scale for like model trains, and it turned out to be way too small. So what I did after those were too small is I went to Hobby Lobby, and they had a lot more selection than the Michael's Craft Store that I went to the first time looking for stuff. So they had way more, and I was able to kind of find everything I need. So you see here, I picked up this sheet, and if we put a fig on it, they're a little big, but they look good with the rigs. So Austin is like a 6.5, 7-inch figure, and obviously the brick would be pretty big in his hand, but I think as a background it is going to work. So I did, obviously in that other video, I picked up this adhesive spray, so I'm going to spray and stick these on for the background. Now, they were 69 cents, so I picked up a bunch just to have some extra. And I wanted to paint the floor like a concrete, but they had this gray, and it's kind of thick. So I think I'm just going to go with this as the flooring, and what I decided to do is I saw this checkerboard sheet. So I was thinking about doing like a half and half. So like I'll have concrete maybe in the beginning, and then it will go into a checkerboard floor. And if I don't like it, I can just peel it off and do something different. So again, these were only 69 cents. They're little 12 by 12s. So I should have enough. Now, I needed a garage door. They didn't have anything silver, but they had this kind of like corrugated deal here, and it's pretty much perfect in size. I do have to get a rig in front of it and make sure. I went ahead and picked up 2. I don't want to have to put it together like a little bit. I mean, I guess I could overlap it a little just to get the desired look, but then, right, you're going to see this little gap, and that's not going to look good. So I'm hoping that once I put the rig in front of it, as long as it will fit in there, like technically, the height is good, but the width, I'm not sure. So I'm going to do that. Obviously, it's not the right color, but you can see here, I went ahead and I picked up this silver spray paint. So I will be going ahead and spraying that silver. And to go on the top of the door, I picked up this round piece of wood, and I will cut that and put it up top. Mrs. Prop said that it was too big. She wanted me to go smaller. I thought I needed to go bigger. But you know what? I think this is going to be perfect size. And she says she has some extra little chains, so I will hang a chain. I have some black paint, so I will spray this all up black. And just to kind of recap some of the other stuff, I got these little square pieces here, and I got this board to make a table. So I will be working on that at some point. So I got all this paper. I was originally going to buy some more of this square stuff and just paint on, wood glue these on like 2x4s. I was doing some work on a new construction house, and they were using all of this same kind of chipboard stuff here, whatever this is that I got on the wall. And then they just had their 2x4. So I was going to do that, but I wasn't really sure how it would look. And with the brick, it's cheap enough to where if I decide I want to change it up, I can cut some off and have some brick, or I don't know. I've seen all kinds of different things. I think the bricks will look good. I don't know. I was kind of torn on the idea. Don't really know what I want to do. So I don't know. I'm going to go ahead with the bricks for now. Maybe in the future I'll peel it off or flip it around, and then they didn't quite have the right size. This stuff is just a tiny bit too big. This is 3/8, although yeah, I think 5/8 is smaller. So I needed like one size down for the scale 2x4s, but this actually wouldn't look bad if I went ahead and did that and then did some cross braces. I don't know. I was a little torn, but we'll go ahead with the brick and see what it looks like. I also saw these. I was looking around. I like these little Coke bottles. Let's just actually open this up right now. So it comes with a bunch of colas. They all go in the little cart here, but I was looking at them and I figured they would fit in Steve's hand pretty nice. Yeah. So now I got some sodas, so I can have some sodas in the shop. So I got that going on. So I'm going to clear all this stuff off here and somehow start spraying this adhesive and getting these bricks all on. That's kind of my plan. So there's really not a whole lot to show and explain. If I find anything interesting, I will do that, I guess. But for the most part, I'm going to spray that adhesive down, get these all lined up where I need, just getting them straight. I'm a little worried. I don't know how the adhesive is going to work, and once I get it on, how I'm going to be able to move it around. But I will mess around and see what I can do. So I'm going to clear this stuff off and get to work. Well, all right, guys, we are back in the shop, and everything is all pretty much done for this part, I guess, of the video. This is what the final product looks like for now. You could see how I used the spray adhesive, and I put all the brick on. Well, I did the same thing for the checkerboard, and this gray paper to simulate the concrete. It's the same process, so I didn't include all of that stuff just because I thought it was kind of too much. So you can kind of see I just lined everything up and sprayed it. For the door, you can see here I sprayed it silver, so it looks like one of those like corrugated roll-up metal doors. It's a tiny bit tall, but the rigs will fit. So, right, you kind of got to use your imagination. I'm renting like an old building. I got a bay. Obviously, it's not a full-size shop, what I'd like, but it's big enough to park a rig and have a work area. So that's why I went with the concrete and the checkerboard back here. And that's kind of the space that I have. So you kind of got to think about, you know, what space you have and what you want to do with it. So that's kind of what I got going on. I got to build a workbench and, you know, add some other jazz stuff to it to spice it up a little. But for now, I mean, this is what I got. It's not horrible and it's not super great. It's somewhere in the middle, I feel. But I feel like if I detail it up, I can make it a little bit better. So, like I got the little chain here. Like once I added that piece, this is that round rod I got. I painted it black, super glued it on there. Put a little tiny finishing nail to hold this chain on that Mrs. Prop gave me from some jewelry kit. So she made that up for me. So I got that on there just to, you know, add a little detail. And once I put that on, it actually, just the little details make a big difference. It looks really good, I thought. So I'm going to mess around with this over time here. I still haven't started building that bench yet. I got to figure out something to cut those pieces of wood. It's really thin. I'm not sure I want to use my jigsaw. So I don't know. I might not. But that's something I'm going to add in the future. But this is relatively simple, and these sheets are 69 cents. We'll call it 70 cents. So you're going to want like at least 10. I think I got 10 and it just did it for this size. It's 52 across by 17 high. You could go a little higher if you wanted or whatever. You know, if you're going 24 scale, you could go lower. But for me, for my rigs, I thought this kind of is a decent size to give you,
enough room to kind of do what you need to do. So you can still add some stuff, have some room. So who knows what I'm going to do in the future and how I'm going to do it all. But for now, my figs are happy. They got a home here. So many of projects will be going on. Downsides to this, the walls, it doesn't really matter, but this is paper. So if you're going to do any heavy duty work, you might want to put a mat down or some rags, because if you spill any oils, grease, anything on that, that's going to be a problem. I kind of didn't think about that. You can kind of, maybe the camera's already picking it up. It's kind of already looking a little weird, but I would have went with paint instead of the paper, but I wasn't really sure. So, you know, it's a rough draft. If I wanted to, I could unscrew this, flip all the boards around, and start all over again. So that is a positive. You could have different looks if you wanted, or I don't know. But, you know, you learn. It's a process. But I don't know. I wanted to share it with you guys. I could go on, but I just kind of wanted to show you what you could achieve for not a whole lot of money. The board was 25 bucks. I spent another 40 at Hobby Lobby on the bricks and the floors and all that. Then some spray paint, which wasn't expensive. So, you know, for, let's see, under $100, you can build a pretty sweet setup. And if you're really good, you're probably not watching this video on how to do this anyway, but, you know, the sky's the limit. I've seen some awesome stuff in my research, and it's amazing what some people can do. But for me, I'm not super creative and all of that, but trying to get better. So this is what I got, and we'll see where it goes in the future. But thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Please hit the like button. It really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and stay tuned for more videos from the RC Propaganda Garage. Peace.